Well, hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I bet you thought this was going to be a nice cheerful video full of beautiful blooming African violets. Well, it's not. This is my collection. I've had my collection for, probably over 10 years now. And unfortunately, over the last 5 years, it's been suffering severe extreme neglect. I've been so busy with personal things going on in my life. I don't want to go into those, but what I basically did was let these plants go. I barely watered them enough to survive. They received no fertilizer. They were long, leggy. Some of them looked like palm trees. They'd grown so tall out of their pot. And so I made the commitment to get back into taking care of everything. My lights had burnt out and the plants were only receiving a little bit of light from that window behind there. So they were in really sad shape. I would say I probably outright lost about a third of my plants, but I wanted to show you the ones that are left. And I bought some new plants here, but I'm going to concentrate more on the ones that I've already had. So this particular plant, Ma's Arctic Sky, it's not in too bad a condition. You can see the crown still looks good. So I repotted that. And I hadn't repotted any of these plants for, I'm not kidding, like 5 years. And AVs do not do well when you don't repot them. Here's Cajun's Flamboyant Mistress coming back from the brink. Little stunted leaves there, but hopefully with some fertilizer, things will perk up. This is Newtown Quiet Resolve. This is one that was growing very vigorously, even under neglect. And it had grown a really long palm tree-like growth form, and so I had to actually decapitate this. It had no roots, and plant the stem in the pot here, and it looks like it's coming back pretty well. This plant, I really like the symmetry and the way it grows. It's very pretty. It's got that little light variegation. What I don't like about it is the flowers are held up on very weak flower stalks, and the flowers tend to flop, so I don't know if I'm going to even keep that one. This plant is kind of a mess. This is, I hope I'm saying this right, Hiroshiki from Optomara. That one is a mess. We'll see what happens to it. Here we've got Kazumi. And Kazumi is doing okay. It's very, you can see the veining from no nitrogen for so many years. So hopefully with a little fertilizer, it'll start to come back, regular water. And then we have, this is Cajun's Little Joy. I've got several of these. I propagated this from a leaf, and I had, maybe a half a dozen other clones of this plant. And it's doing okay despite the neglect. So that is a cultivar I can recommend. What have we got here? It's been several weeks since I repotted these, so it's hard to remember. Oh, this is Old Fashioned Love. And that was a really, really beautiful plant at one time. It's starting to come back. You can see the center there is starting to regrow nicely. So time will tell. It's got beautiful pink blossoms. This was an absolute sucker machine. This is a mini called Max Scorching Sun. It's usually variegated. I don't have much variegation in my plant. It's a mini and it's got really beautiful red flowers. So I did have to prune out quite a few suckers out of this one. I have it on a wick watering system. So hopefully it'll perk up and start growing again. So that is Max Scorching Sun. And then on this shelf, this is Anne, believe it or not. Look at these lanky things from no light for so many years. And now that I've repotted it and put it under the lights here, it's starting to get a new growth out from the crown, so that's a hopeful sign. Anne is a beautiful cultivar. This is a plant that, now that it's been repotted, all the leaves were like this. Very chlorotic. It had no light, it had no fertilizer, it had old potting soil. It's starting to come back. Look at the central leaves. And this is Buckeye Seductress. So who knows how long it'll take me to get these plants back in shape. Same way with this one. This is another Buckeye seductress. I had grown those from a leaf, so they're coming in. It's another little gesneriid there. I'm not sure what that is. This is Boo Man. That is Cajun's Little Joy, I'm pretty sure. Yes, it is Cajun's Little Joy. So despite the neglect, look how pretty that plant is. Very hardy. This is Optimara Romance. You know, I wasn't thinking when I groomed this and repotted it, I pulled off, it had long, lanky leaves that were like this, but they were green. And not thinking, I just pulled off the older outer leaves, and that just left this plant with these very, very strongly variegated leaves. So I was hoping this plant would survive. It looks like it's going to. It's greening up in the center of those very white leaves. So hopefully that one will do okay, because I love Optimara Romance. This is another Buckeye seductress, looking pretty nice. I've had this on a Oyama pot planter, so it's at least been getting regular water, and I'm starting to fertilize it, and it's starting to bounce back. This is another Hiroshige Optimara, and it actually looks pretty good. The crown looks healthy, so I think it'll come back. Jersey Snowflakes, really, really in bad shape. Bad shape, so we'll see what happens to that. This is a cultivar that I really, really like. This is Hunter's Credence. Despite the neglect, it's doing pretty well. Needs a little more light. It's reaching, and the petioles are elongated, but now that I replaced my old lighting with some new LED strips, and so hopefully that'll help. This is supposed to be Rocky Mountain. It's not blooming true. Rocky Mountain is supposed to be a double. This is just a pink. So another one that I'll probably not hang on to it, but I'm just, you know, just trying to heal it and help it get better so I can find a new home for it. We have Rob's Bo Peep, another one that's done pretty well regardless of what bad conditions I threw at it. So we have another Rob's Bo Peep here. This one is, I'm not sure what this one is, but I think it's Humako Inches. The growth looks like Humako Inches. I'm not sure what this one is either. I'll have to wait and see it bloom, but it looks like it's in pretty good condition. This one is Cajun's Flamboyant Mistress. That's another pink variety, pink flower. And I've had it for quite a few years, probably 10 years or so. It's starting to bounce back. You can see the central crown, and the new leaves are starting to look pretty nice. So basically what I'm going to have to do is wait for these older leaves, wait to get more newer leaves, and then I can groom off the older leaves that are looking pretty sad and pretty chlorotic. And then down here I have my Streptocarpus. Again, they were very neglected. They're going to be coming back from the brink if they manage to come back. So far they're looking okay. This one is APIS is the name. I think I got it from Linden Lion, and I can't remember even what the bloom looks like. This one looks like it's bouncing back pretty nicely here. These were all repotted about a month ago. This is Bristol's Fish Lips. So that'll be nice when that gets big enough to start blooming again. This one I'm not sure. I lost the ID. This one is Heartland's Tanzanite. Gosh, I paid a lot of money for that on eBay several years ago. It's a really beautiful miniature, and it's got these really pretty Tanzanite blue bell-shaped flowers. So I'm really glad that one has survived. This is another one that I lost the ID for, but when it blooms, I'll probably be able to figure out what it is, because I don't have a huge collection of streps. This is DS Lena. It's a really pretty dark purple. It has fared pretty well under the neglect. It's starting to come back. We've got a couple of new leaves forming there. This is AS Guinevere, another really pretty variety. It's looking pretty sad here. I've got some old yucky growth I need to remove as soon as I get some new leaves. This is one that I have also lost the tag for, so I'll have to see if I can't figure it out once it blooms. These were all one plant, and I separated it into 3 different plants. They're all DS Caitlin. It's a really pretty, I think it's a slightly older variety, pink, light pink, bell-shaped streptocarpus blooms. So we've got 3 plants of Caitlin, and they look like they're going to make it. They look like they're sort of perking up here. I need to do a little grooming on this one. But anyway, I can do that later. Then I'd like to show you some of the newer plants that I've just recently bought. I lost my Buckeye Nostalgia, so I bought a new one. And as a matter of fact, I've got another Buckeye Nostalgia here someplace. I have 2 plants. And this is, I believe, probably the not so great looking of the 2. It's kind of floppity here. I think it's still recovering from being repotted. This is Picasso. Really nice older cultivar. This is, I believe, a chimera called Dale's Dream. So we just got that, and I have not even repotted it yet. I need to repot these 2 plants into my own potting mix. This is another Hunter's Slippery When Wet that I bought from eBay. And then I've got a couple of streps here that didn't do quite so well being shipped in. I bought them on eBay. Not always a good idea unless you really know the sender or the grower, and I do know the grower of these particular plants, so I felt pretty reassured to buy them online. This is CD Sun City, and I believe it's a yellow. This is DS Meteor Shower. Very pretty. I love the pastel, the pretty pastel blooms. So it looks nice. I have not repotted that one yet either. This one is pretty happy, starting to bloom. Nice symmetrical plant, growing nicely. This is the Buckeye Nostalgia that I received by mail from Gary Makita. Looks gorgeous. Can't wait to see it bloom. And then this plant I bought, this is called Hawaiian Pearl. So it's a young plantlet. Let's see how it matures. And then this plant I got from Optimara. Gosh, I've had it for about a month. And it's called Ingrid. So Ingrid has single to semi-double pink blooms. I need to groom this up a little bit and get rid of the old blossoms, but it's a very nice plant. Anything you get from Optimara, I find, is usually pretty hardy. They grow specifically to ship to big box stores, and the plants by necessity have to be hardy and able to do well under neglectful conditions. So that is Ingrid. So that's basically my collection. And I hope you tune back in on my next video and we'll see how these progress. Oh, and here's one I forgot to show you. This is DS Stryborg. A very striking flower and a very vigorous plant. Isn't that beautiful? I used to own this, and it's one of the ones that died, so I repurchased another one from Gary. And it looks really nice. It was kind of banged up by being in the mail, and I had to cut the edges off the leaves. But it's perked up nicely since it's been here. And looks like it's doing pretty well. It's getting new growth, so yay. So don't forget to like and subscribe. We will see you all in the next video. Bye now.